Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Vasudha Madaan show. Today we have with us a very beautiful and even stronger Megha Ahuja with us. Megha is an educationist with an experience of almost uh, an experience of a decade and a half, and she's also carrying a very noble flagship of Sashakt. It's a foundation which works for the awareness of ovarian cancer for women. So, welcome to the Vasudha Madan show, Megha.
Thank you so much, Vasudha, for having me over and for such a lovely introduction.
Wow, I'm so glad to have you over, and I'm really looking forward to have lots and lots of deep conversations today with. So, Megha, let's start with your journey. And when I say journey, I am not just looking forward to talk about just your personal or professional journey. I'm looking forward to hear from you and for our viewers to uh, the interplay of your personal and professional journey, how it has played together to put in front of us the Mega we can see right now.
Okay, so in 2017, my mother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And while researching for her, like that's the usual kind of response you have whenever something happens to your somebody who's close to you. So you kind of go to the internet and read about it. While researching for it, I found out that there are certain symptoms of ovarian cancer uh, that if we take care when if we reach to the doctor with those symptoms early, it could lead to early diagnosis and save lives. So my mother used to kind of complain of bloating for an entire year, and we never took it seriously. We always thought that okay, bloating is something that is very common and she must have eaten something, or maybe like home treating it with antacids and stuff like that. And that's when I realized I'm from an education background. Otherwise, I attend so many workshops, webinars, and that's when I realized that if I would have known this, that bloating is a major symptom of ovarian cancer, uh, life would have been so much different for us. My mom would have been here right now.
Okay.
So that's the jolt that I felt, that why there is no awareness.
Yeah.
So then I talked to hundreds of women around me, and I found out that nobody, it was not just me, nobody knew anything about ovarian cancer. For breast cancer, cervical cancer, we all have some certain amount of knowledge, but for ovarian, we had nothing at all.
Please complete that list.
Yeah. So that's when I thought that something is required to be done, because my story would have been entirely different if I would have known those symptoms. So I thought, because I had at that time I had too much on my plate, I was already doing a lot of other stuff. So I thought I'll probably support some organization that is working for ovarian cancer awareness, and will do my bit. But then I again went back on the internet and searched for organizations that are working for ovarian cancer awareness in India. I was shocked to find that there was not even a single organization in the country that is working specifically for ovarian cancer awareness. That's how in fact Sashakt came into being, because that's when I realized that something is required to be done. And uh, there are always two options: either you can sit back and crib about it that there's no awareness, the other option is to go ahead and do something, whatever is in your uh, control, go ahead and do about it. So that's how, with that intention, we started Sashakt, with the aim to empower each and every woman of the country with knowledge and support they need to know about ovarian cancer. There are like 80% of the ovarian cancer cases are diagnosed at either stage 3 or 4 only due to lack of awareness. There are four major symptoms: bloating, stomach ache, frequent urination, and feeling full all the time. So, as you see, these are kind of very common symptoms.
Especially
Exactly. And but if these are the whole key is that if it is something like we need to listen to our body gives us signs. If we listen to our body when it whispers, we won't have to hear it scream.
true. Yeah.
So these are the minor symptoms, but if we notice them and if we
These
go to
are
the
minor. These are minor.
minor
Really?
in a way that these are very common symptoms, these happens to
Okay.
all the women around the world somewhere or the other. The key
Yeah.
is that if it is persistent, if it is something that is happening to you for more than 2 to 3 weeks, you need
Hmm.
to find out the reason behind it. It might not be cancer. I'm not saying
Hmm.
that if you have
Hmm.
these symptoms, you have cancer. It could be because of any other reason, but there is always a reason behind whatever your body is telling you. So,
Right.
so the idea is to so at Sashakt we talk about these symptoms. We do a lot of workshops, webinars, events, just to sensitize people and urging them to be proactive about their health, to go to the doctor and talk about it if they are facing anything, and to not rest till they find the symptoms. Because it has also
Right.
happened that if you, even if you go to the doctors with these symptoms, even doctors will not. You'll obviously not go to an oncologist. You'll go to a general physician, and
Right.
99% of the time, even the general physician, they'll not let you go for cancer tests for these symptoms.
Right. True.
So that's what happened with my mom. It's not that she was not visiting a doctor, but everybody said it's okay. No, it's normal. Until her stomach ache became unbearable, and she was suffering so much that we got her tests were also done before that, but they were not. Even then, they didn't go for ovarian cancer test until one fine day when during an ultrasound, the doctor saw that risk and it got diagnosed. But 1.5 year to get it diagnosed, imagine. When the symptoms were so loud and clear. Ovarian cancer is very common in women post their menopause. So the symptoms were loud and clear, and she was obviously in her post menopause stage. So even the doctors need to be aware that way that if any woman is coming to them with these symptoms post her menopause, they should go for ovarian cancer testing. So that's what our aim is. We have been working from last 5 years. On this 2nd December, we completed 5 years. And we have reached
Congratulations.
out to, thank you so much. We've reached out to lakhs of women so far. It's a national movement.
Super.
And thank you so much. And we were successful in raising, at least raising conversations around ovarian cancer, which was missing earlier.
Lovely. Really. Okay. So that's how Sashakt came into being. That's the journey. That's the birthing of Sashakt.
Right.
Yeah. And what about your journey? I mean, how did you come to hop onto uh this journey? I mean, uh your personal journey, I mean, right from the beginning. And I see that you carry so many hats, and you're not even juggling, you just carry them all together so gracefully. You're an educationist, uh, you are a director of a leading school in Delhi, and then you are also an author, and you're doing so much for cancer awareness, especially for women. So just share a bit about how do you I'm repeating, you are not juggling, but how do you kind of gracefully manage all the hats together? What is your
So
secret?
it's all about following your heart. So um, all the things I do, I love them so much. They're straight from my heart, each and everything, whether it is my school, whether it is me being an author, like writing is something I'm really passionate about. So that's how whatever time I get, I contribute to writing. And Sashakt is again, it is a purpose that I've got in life, and through my own experience, like what happened to my mother. So that's how it came into being. And
Yeah.
I it is something that is so close to my heart. I cannot see it going
Oh,
down at any cause. So
wow.
again, I run a school for special children as well. That is again something very close to my heart. And those children. They give me, so rather than me doing things about them, I think whatever I get back from all these things, the kind of love I get from them, the kind of like satisfaction you get by doing something for the for making this world a better place, the kind of uh, solace you get after doing anything good, I think that's what I crave for, and that's what keeps me going.
Megha, your story kind of screams leader, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Of all the conversations we've been raising around leadership and the people I speak to on everyday basis also, so a few things are common. They follow their dream, and they show the courage to show up for their dream also consistently. And most importantly, uh, these are the people who can turn even their pain into something valuable, and have this urge to turn their pain into something valuable and give it to the world, give the pain back in the form of healing to the world, which is something I have seen is a very common thread which runs along all the kinds of leaderships in any industry, in any walk of the life. And your story just screams all this. On that note, I would like to just straight dive into asking you uh, what exactly leadership means to you. How do you define leadership?
I believe leader is someone who takes his team along and all of them together work for a common purpose, uh,
Hmm.
being passionate about it, and
Hmm.
then it's all about doing your best in the current circumstances, seeking solutions of the challenges that
Hmm.
come in the
Hmm.
way. So it's all about like sharing the credit and owning the mistakes.
Oh, very nice. So I can see there's a lot of, you have a very profound sense of knowing of things and ingredients, of who and what kind of a person a leader is, and which definitely, completely, totally reflects into you. But I would like to kind of just probe you a little more, and I would love to hear. I mean, share with us some particular incident where you realize that uh, this sense of self awareness that you have, where you realize that it is very important to have this sense of self awareness to actually carry forward your dreams, the purposes, the battles you've taken on yourself to fight.
So, what I think is like whatever we do, like obviously there is a reason behind it, and when we are doing it for a reason which is close to our heart, like if we love what we do, we end up um, achieving what we want. So,
Right.
as far as our teams are concerned, there are moments when they are down. There are moments when they might think that these things are not going in the way they would have envisioned, and so at those moments, I think what's important is to get on the field yourself
Hmm.
and to show it rather than tell them that we have to be together in it and we have to come out of it together. So, for example, if I talk about like a lot of times, like when Sashakt, like for example, when COVID came, we were all stuck at homes and we didn't know what to do.
Right.
So I was having meetings with my team that, okay, now how do we do workshops? How do we do events? Because everybody is at home. So that's
Right.
how by brainstorming, we came up with so many ideas.
Hmm.
And we did a show called where we kind of interviewed cancer patience, and what we did, like we had, even the host was different in every episode. So we had celebrities kind of interviewing the cancer survivors who are achieving something in life. And it was a whole series that we did, and it came out so beautifully. But
So,
initially, there was so much glitches that how will this even happen? Because, but then it's all about having the belief in your idea and making the others also believe that no, okay, we're going to achieve something out of it. So initially, everybody was like, no, ma'am, this is not going to work, because a live interaction, because at that time, this online thing was pretty new. There were not a lot of
yes.
podcasts happening. There was not nothing of that sort happening pre-COVID, right? Everything
Yeah,
used to be
yeah.
live. So if
That's
there's an interaction, it has to be live. That's how, and everybody thought live is all more impactful. And then we are getting so many names on board who are like, who have their own reputation to go back to if it doesn't go as planned, and all those apprehensions were there. But then I had this belief that no, whatever we can do, I think that's what I say, that at a particular situation, whatever could be done to bring about a change, we should try it. And the result came out so beautiful that everybody cherishes it. Everyone
wow.
who's part of that series.
And you owe this to your sense of understanding and knowing things about you and around you.
Yeah, so that's how it all happened. So it all started with me discussing with the team, discussing with Rajiv also. He was also a little apprehensive at how, because he has
Who's
was
Rajiv? Who's
Rajiv
Rajiv?
Khandelwal, who's an actor. He's been a part of Sashakt since its inception. He was one of the
Beautiful.
first few people I discussed the idea with, and I got this nod from him initially only that okay, let's do it together, and that's how
Hmm.
he's been a part of each and every event we do.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
it started with the conversation at that time that he's been hosting shows on television. So uh, he was also a little apprehensive that okay, this how this online format will work. But then
Hmm.
he was the first one to give a pat on my back that I didn't expect it to go this well.
Wow. That's really nice. So when you
So
have belief, you begin to find people who believe in your belief and make it go bigger.
if your intentions are good, the opportunities, the people who are supporting you, it flows so naturally that out of nowhere you get opportunities that you can never imagine in your wildest dream that can it can come to you.
Tell
But
us about one such
it's
tell us
all about
about one
having
such opportunity you got in your
no.
journey to
So
build.
whether it is like there has been like a lot of people like Femina shared our story, your
Hmm.
story shared our story. And they all reached out to me out of nowhere where when I was least expecting it. Like obviously the idea is if it is being published in Femina, there's so many people reading it and so many people who are getting
True.
empowered about ovarian cancer.
Yes, it's a pan India magazine and it is, and especially for women.
India Today, Feminam, all of these have come on their own, which is so rare. Otherwise, like you're sitting at your home and you're not, and you get a mail suddenly, and they reach out and they think that you're doing something meaningful and they want to publish it. It's rare to happen.
Abs- Absolutely, and especially in the age of paid media coverage.
I know, I agree. So
Yes.
that's how, and otherwise also like Max has been so supportive. Like we've done everything in collaboration with Max Hospital. And
Hmm.
wherever it is, I just have to give a call, tell them those doctors, all the oncologists who have been taking our workshops, it's all free of cost. They're not charging anything from us for it. I just have to
Hmm.
call and tell that I have fixed up a workshop here and we'll get an oncologist who'll come and take it.
Hmm.
All that support and all that love, and I get immense love from each one of them. They truly believe in what I am doing and they truly think that whatever I'm doing, it is something meaningful. And that's what I think, that's what you earn by having the right intentions.
Wow. So, viewers, are you listening? Can you see what the magic of self awareness is? So, being aware of yourself can bring so many opportunities you cannot even fathom. Thank you, Megha, for putting in that dose of energy for our listeners. Okay. So, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, share with us a time when you had to make a tough decision and that tested your leadership skills. Something you think really expanded your own ideas about life or uh, leadership, that a leader should be like this or that, but a situation which challenged your preconceived idea and maybe even changed it.
So I think it was about in the life. It was a tough decision when I gave birth to my second daughter,
Uh-huh.
Zoe. It is a tough thing to manage all the things with a child who needs you 24 cross 7. Obviously, you have sleepless nights at that time, and it's a tough period for any mother to go. Tough and obviously rewarding with the love you get from the child, but professionally, it's definitely a tough period. But
Yes.
again, so at that time, it is tough to manage everything together along with my school, Sashakt, and my book got published. I at the same time, like I got my signing like that offer from Srishti right after my like
Wow.
15-20 days after the birth of my
Oh, so
child.
beautiful.
So it was she's I tell everybody that she's been lucky for me because I've been waiting for it from almost 2 years. I've been waiting for the right opportunity because I completed it much before, like, but then COVID came and the industry was a little down. But right after her birth, I got this offer from Srishti. So there were a lot of commitments there also because once you sign, there are a lot of things you have to do as an author, uh, editing and everything. So there were multiple things that are required to be done. So keeping the focus on Sashakt at that time was something. It was tough, but yes, again, if it's your heart who you're following, then and if it's something that close to your heart, then you can't let it go down because of your personal journey. So we kept doing things even during that time. We kept doing a lot of online things. In fact, I did an event right like 2 days before I went for delivery. I did an
Oh,
online event and it was a huge. We launched a cancer curriculum, uh,
okay.
which is again something very interesting we've done. We've created a cancer curriculum for high schoolers where we kind of prepare them to face cancer in their life. So it's not just about the technical knowledge about it. It's about emotionally preparing them. It's about
Mhm.
because I feel like even when
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yeah.
both my parents are survivors. Like even my father is a cancer survivor. I lost my
Oh,
mother to cancer. So when it
okay.
happened, when it comes to your life, you're such at such loss of uh, like feelings and everything because you don't know what is happening. You don't know there is so much to bear at that time because it's not easy to take. A cancer diagnosis is something, it takes a while to gulp it in and then go on the path. So the whole idea behind preparing this cancer curriculum was that these children, they're seeing the kind of incidents of cancers that are happening in the country and worldwide, these children are going to face cancer somewhere or the other in their life, whether it
Is
is
it?
for themselves, whether it is for their family. Already it is in each and every home in some way or the other, right? Either it could be a friend, either it could be. So somewhere or the other, they might have to face cancer in their life.
True.
But are they ever prepared for it?
Oh, yeah.
So
Good
knowledge is
question.
one thing. One thing is making them believe that cancer is not a death sentence.
Right.
So that's what we instill in the students through this curriculum. It's been running successfully in our school, and we have provided it to multiple schools in Delhi for them to follow as well. So it was
Lovely.
the curriculum launch that I did right before my delivery, like 2 days before my delivery. I was
So,
just praying and hoping that okay, we could finish it off before I actually go.
I can actually see where this line is coming from. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
No, I truly believe in that, definitely.
Yeah, and I can see it coming from your side too, huh? Okay, Megha,
Yes.
tell us. I mean, we are all humans and we all commit mistakes, and mistakes are not equal to our failures, but we do commit mistakes and we even learn from them. So, tell us about, and leaders especially. I think leaders are the people who for them it's never a mistake, it is rather a lesson. So, I would
Definitely.
yeah, I would love to know about one such lesson you have learned.
There've been many, it's all about your attitude towards a mistake. First of all, I believe I never take mistake as a mistake. It's all about, it's a lesson always. It's whatever you do, you have some preconceived notions and some beliefs because of which you're doing a certain things. It might not turn out right, but at least you know after doing that, okay, next time you have to be cautious about it. So, if I talk about an example, like I've been doing a
Right.
lot of events for cancer survivors as well.
Yeah.
So, the whole idea is to bring, because there are millions of survivors who are living fulfilling lives right like after completing their cancer journeys. But
Hmm.
still, they're always associated with cancer wherever they go. So whatever we do, again, it has to be out of box and it has to be very different. And we've done events like we've done like a whole Olympics kind of an event for cancer survivors. We had
This
multiple
sounds
games.
interesting. This sounds interesting. Yes. Tell
Where we
us.
had multiple games, multiple races, multiple like badminton and all kind of cricket and all kind of league along with adventure and everything. The whole idea
Yeah.
is to bring forth that picture to the world. Okay, these are what cancer survivors are living their lives to the fullest. Cancer is
Yeah.
not a death sentence. Cancer is just a kind of a roadblock in the path, but you can
That
always.
sentence you said, no, that it is not a death sentence. You've said it earlier also. It is so powerful. For anyone who's watching this
But it
podcast,
is so unfortunate, Vasudha, that even today, anybody who's diagnosed with cancer, they treat it as a death sentence. And that's been
absolutely,
9% of the
completely.
time. And
Yes.
it's a mind game. It's not, if you lose hope, your whole battle is lost.
Lost. Right. Only
So,
leaders can talk like that. Yeah.
so we were talking about mistakes. So we've been
Hmm.
doing a lot of like events with the survivors. So this time we tried to create a world record with it. We did a Surya Namaskar marathon and we thought that we'll kind of create a world record with it. But later on,
Okay.
we realized there were certain distractions which I could have been careful about earlier.
Would you like to
That
talk
was
about the distractions too?
it was no, it was natural for them to do it. There were few celebrities at the event, and it was natural for everybody to go on for the pictures and everything. And
Yeah.
but then that kind of spoiled the entire video because it has to be a single length video if you send it for a world record.
Yes.
So for them getting up and going for the pictures and also it we couldn't send it for the world record because of that. So
Oh,
what I thought was like I could have been more prepared for it and we could have probably tried it in a better way. But otherwise, it was a successful event because everybody went happy. They were all there standing with each other. There was a woman, I cannot forget her. There was a woman on wheelchair. She was a cancer survivor. She did all the like Surya Namaskar, sitting, like while sitting only, she did all the steps of the Surya Namaskar for the entire 108 rounds. So imagine the willpower, imagine the
amazing.
strength
Yeah,
that she
absolutely.
portrayed. So that's the kind of learnings that you kind of get while doing things.
Wow. Megha, it is said that we all derive our inspiration from somewhere, or there is always that someone in our life who shows us the path, lights that lantern for us. Who is that one for you?
So I think I'll give the credit to my entire family that way. Whether it is my parents or my in-laws or my husband, they've all been dedicated to giving back to the society so much that I have ingrained it. Like it has kind of, I've grown up with it.
It's amazing to be a part of a system on an everyday basis where you can like just see people going about their day in an inspiring way and just imbibe things in such a natural kind of way. That's amazing. Okay. So, Megha, tell us, uh, what's the, I mean, how do you manage to create this kind of environment where you kind of nurture this sense of self awareness so that your endeavors run smoothly amongst your team? What exactly are your practices? How do you to foster this self awareness into your team also? How do you
I
motivate?
think I think it's all about making them the part of the creation process. So right from work, like whatever idea, like it's not anything great cannot be achieved alone. So you need to have a team to kind of work on it. So while starting from ideation, where we're thinking about what to do for a particular, say, important day that's coming up or any event that's coming up, we all sit together and brainstorm. And when it is coming from them, then I think um, they believe in it as well. And then they're part of each and every process. So it's not me ordering things ever. It's not that I'll come and get them and tell them, okay, to go do this. It doesn't work that way. It's all about taking them together throughout the journey in whatever we do. So uh, the whole brainstorming happens together, and everybody is considered equal. Anybody who's coming up with an idea, it is considered with all of us decide together whichever is the best idea, we go for it. It's not that me only taking decisions on that way that okay, fine, I think this, let's do this. It's not, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And then how?
and then giving them credit and complimenting them, like once the things are done and achieved, then it's very important to give the credit back. And we have this very beautiful concept of appreciation cards in school and for my organization also. So we give
Interesting.
so we give appreciation cards to teachers and when they're going for even Sashakt events and anywhere. So whenever they do
Okay.
anything good, appreciation card is given to them.
What exactly is this appreciation card?
It's a card in
Uh-huh.
which it's like a certificate where it is written that we appreciate you for your efforts, and it's given with a like they call in the management room. It's given to them, and a picture is taken, and the picture is put up on the whole group of like WhatsApp group of the organization, so that they're being
Interesting. Yeah, acknowledging them.
acknowledging them is important. And then like once a year we have this ceremony where people with maximum cards get some other benefits like Amazon vouchers and stuff like that. So we do.
That's interesting and fun.
Yeah. So application, I think, is again a very, very important part of keeping the team motivated.
Interesting. Megha, you have such a deep sense of awareness and just talk to our viewers about how exactly they can cultivate the self awareness, or you can probably tell them about some concrete habits or your practices to cultivate this self awareness so that they can also continue to stay motivated and uh, completely focused towards their purpose.
I think talking to your own self is the best way to cultivate self-awareness.
Interesting. Okay, so how do you do that? Self
So it's
talk.
all about like whatever we do, like either by end of the day or by end of some particular some important milestone that has come or something. It's just going back and talking to your own self about what has gone right, what has gone wrong, what could have been done better. So I think these things help a lot.
Yeah.
So at least
Huh.
knowing in your heart, like you said, you cannot lie to your own self. So,
Yes.
but you need to at least know also what happens most of the time is we keep delaying that thing that okay something has happened gone wrong but then we got into other things we get busy with other things we don't kind of think about it but it's
Yeah.
important to tell ourselves okay uh, our learnings also we need to tell ourselves because if we don't think about it then later on we'll end up committing the same mistakes
Right.
so it's
Right.
important to self talk and reading is another thing that I think can help a lot.
Okay. So,
So I am an avid reader that way. There are few books that have kind of shaped up my lives in some way or the
hmm.
other and has impacted me. So
Okay.
Fountainhead is one of the book that
Ah, Ayn Rand, huh?
yes.
Okay.
That's one book that kind of resonated so well. It's all about having a purposeful life and
Right. It is a
un
very impactful book. It is.
so having that unborrowed vision and purposeful life. I think I already believed in those things, but after I read that book, I resonated so well that it became a part of my life. Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. So basically, you're saying talking to self, uh, breathing, and reading books. Okay. Can you tell us how breathing helps you kind of cultivate it? How can our viewers actually practice this?
Breathing, like it's all about taking a break also from your,
Ah, you mean like a breather.
yeah,
Have that breathing space. Don't be
yeah,
always
yeah,
jammed into your work.
exactly. So that's also let you come back with a revived energy.
Hmm.
So at
Greater
times,
clarity.
if
Yes.
if you're too much immersed into things, you the clarity is gone sometimes. Our paths get deviated, and
Right.
we keep on doing things without actually realizing that is it contributing to our bigger aim or not. So
Yeah, we can, yes, we can
so
actually get
taking
yes.
so yeah so just taking a pause and thinking about how things are going in between is I think it can always help.
Hmm. Amazing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Okay. So, uh, it's one question I always ask in the at the end of the podcast, and you are you still are you're so young and you're still on your journey and but you have already uh, come quite far and achieved so much and when I talk of achievement I would not say just for yourself. You've achieved, helped others also achieve a lot in their personal and professional life as well. But amidst all these achievements, I am sure you are going to scale greater heights. But still, I would love to hear from you. Amidst all this, what do you think is your greatest achievement so far?
I think all the achievements are great. No, I cannot kind of rate them.
I like that.
So
I
my
really like.
book, whether it is my book being published or whether it is
Yeah,
reaching to lakhs of women and impacting life. But I think I'd share an instance with you, which is closest to my heart and which I'll term
please.
as the greatest achievement. There was a woman who reached out to me on Twitter and she told me that she heard one of my radio interviews and post that, she went to her doctor because she kind of, I mentioned those symptoms like I mentioned today, and she kind of
Yeah.
related to those symptoms and she went to her doctor. Her doctor told
Hmm.
her, no, nothing is there, don't worry, just go back home. but she
Okay.
insisted that she wants to get the test done.
Okay.
And that test came positive. And she
Oh,
reached back to me to thank me for it. I didn't know her. And uh, that's what I think that was very overwhelming, knowing
yeah.
that, okay, whatever you're doing is making some impact. So
So
when
much
you,
impact. You know what, Megha? I think I am gonna go and get the test done for myself as well. And I'm gonna tell more women around me to do that too.
so it's always, there's no laws anyway, no, it'll come negative, you'll be sorted, okay, there's nothing wrong.
True. Yeah.
So
It's been so amazing just listening to you, and I can kind of maybe listen on and on to this, the impact you've been making through your work, whether in education or towards women's health. And uh, I would say I am one of the, I mean, count me in your list of people you have impacted. And uh, I wish you, not just from my side, but from the entire reboot community side too. I wish you, Sashakt, and all your other education endeavors lots and lots of love. May you continue to light up lives, keep making the waves of impact, rather.
thank you so much, Vasudha. It was so such a delight to interact with you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Megha, once again for being here today. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.